Yizo! Tony Soul Flow did 22 years. Cheers! He's so proud of the time he's done, it's coming at his ears. He never shuts up about his 22 years. When he's at the mall, 22 years. In a bathroom stall, 22 years. Playing basketball, 22 years. He says, what's up, y'all? 22 years. He says, what's up, y'all? 22 years. Crap! We got into an argument once, and he said, don't you know I've done 264 months? Then I told him it's just attention that he seeks. He said, bitch, I did 1,134 weeks. I was like, damn, that's a long time. He said, wait till I tell you about all my crimes. I was shocked at the way he chose to fucking brag about it. I no longer even want to ask about it. Yes, all. Why do you live in a shelter with 45 gays? He said, I don't want to, but I have nowhere else to stay. Life's hard after doing 8,035 days. What the fuck? Yeah. He keeps talking about all the times that he got into shit. I said, I gotcha, but why you using different increments? I'm like, I don't get it. Why would you ever want to flaunt this? He said, by the way, you know I did my time in Florence. Fuck. Here he goes again. He won't stop talking about how he was in the pen. He said, listen, it's really not even your business, but I'll tell you this, if it wasn't for the witness, I never would have had to do 11 million minutes. This is sickness. I give up, he's really proud that he's a loser, a sexual abuser. Let him spend his life riding around on a scooter. There's no fucking doubt that he was really once a shooter, but while he was locked up, he surely took it in the pooper. Super duper. Uh-oh, Tony, where's your vape? You ain't no hero, there's no cape. Your motherfucking head's the shape of an alien from outer space. And by the way, who did you rape? Oh, that's right, your son's mother! You sex offender motherfucker! Tony Soul Flow! Let me explain to you something. You are just a lame who is fronting. And I'm a better man on my worst day than you will ever be, even on Theological Thursday. And I'm out. Soul Flow, you're a bitch. I'll get back to you soon. Peace, everyone. Venmo Bald-Sicilian.
Yizzo. What's going on, everybody? I love it. I'm not going to tell you I don't love it because I love it. I love it. I love all this shit that's going on. I truly do. If we owe Casperosa and Maureen anything, it's gratitude for creating all this entertainment. If nothing else, it's, hey, you know what? Gave us a bunch of content. Oh, thank you, Soto. $20. Let's get off on the right foot, yo. Thank you very much, brother. Vinny Boy, thank you. Or Vinny Bo, 1972. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, listen, man. I'm hearing a lot of people are triggered. A lot of people are pissed off. And here's my question. This is my honest question to Common or whoever. What do you give a fuck what I think? If you know that he's locked up in your mind, like, then, okay. The fuck you worried about me for? I can't have an opinion. It's amazing, man. I can't have an opinion no more, huh? Then again, was I ever really allowed to have an opinion? Not really. No. Because the Ravager, because I don't live in a fantasy land, okay? We would love to think that this stuff is true. I would love it more than anyone, but it's not. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's not. What do you mean trying to counterbalance what good people are doing and make happen? No. Bro, my opinion isn't going to change anything they might be doing or they might be able to make happen. The problem here is this. Let me tell you what the problem is, the Ravager. And I'll tell it to all of you. This community is filled with followers. They're all followers. So if their favorite content creator says Tony's in jail, Tony's in jail. If the majority of people say Tony's in jail, Tony's in jail. Nobody actually uses logic and reasoning to fucking form an opinion. Nobody actually has an open mind. Because I saw Common Sense was being a little bit of a smart ass. He made a post talking about, I guess somebody have to change his information for the fourth time. Haha, whatever. Change information? What do you mean? I never changed. You guys are supposed to be the ones with the information. It's getting changed on me. I ain't changing shit. You know, I'm talking about web sleuths, these so-called web sleuths. Gee, if I'm not one, who is? None of you have ever come up with as much information as me. And I'm not talking about anything I got help with. Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean? If anybody on here is a web sleuth, it would be me. It would be me. So that's a goofy thing to say. But anyway, listen, Common and those guys, whatever they're doing is fine. I got no problem with it. I don't care. I'm not pissed off at them. I don't care. If they have information that leads them to believe Tony's in jail, fine. I have to believe you, though? No, I don't. I don't believe you. And I don't believe any of this. You got to have an open mind. For example, last night, I was sure Tony's not in jail, right? Then Angela came in the chat and said, no, Chris, he has a handler, and he was warned and picked up a few days later. Now, that leads me to believe that Angela knows something, at least I don't. So I'm open-minded. So I say, oh. Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, I'll never do that pussy subliminal shit. Fuck that. Yeah, I said, oh, okay. Oh, shit. I have an open mind. All right. That's new information I just got. Let me take that in and now form an opinion, whether it's the same or different. That's it. He's talking about changing information. How am I changing information? Maybe he meant change opinions. Yes, sometimes you change opinions if you're open-minded and you get different information. Here's the problem, guys. Certain people can't be wrong here, and they would rather die than be wrong. So the fact that I'm challenging them is driving them fucking crazy. I'm driving them crazy. No. Bro, it's not true. I ain't going to watch shit. I'm going to watch Gunsmoke show. I'd gouge my eyes out with a fucking fork first. Fuck out of here. No, bro. How would you say I'm mad I didn't drop the info? If for the day and a half that I thought it was true, all I said 1,000 times is none of the credit should go to me. It should go to Kasparoza and Maureen and anybody else involved. I said it 1,000,000 times. You can't use that. You can't use it. Here's another problem, guys. For all the people who are a part of this, okay, who are involved in this, and you know more than I know because I'm not in the loop, maybe instead of making vague statements like, oh, I just got more confirmation or another confirmation from one of my sources, how about you just be, I don't know, specific? What is it all? It's all such a big secret. Everybody has so much information about this situation, but it's all a big secret. They just can't tell us. They just can't tell us what the information is. Oh, I got confirmation from one of my sources. Yeah, so did I. Yesterday, third source told me Tony's not in jail. Third source. What makes your sources more reliable than mine? You know what I'm saying? People are getting pissed off and they're going to start shit for no reason. Do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. They're asked on the line for what? Soto, this is all make-believe. This is all make-believe. This is not real life. If they're wrong, everything just goes back to normal. And guess what? I'm willing to be wrong. If we find out Tony's locked up, then I'll say, I was wrong, guys. I was wrong. No problem. I have no problem with it. Whereas in this case, it's been proven that Tony's at home, and they won't say they were wrong. They won't say, no matter how many shows Tony calls into, somehow they were still right, and Tony's not at home. Tony's in jail. Tony's in a horrible, horrible fucking detention center with the worst living conditions you could ever possibly fucking imagine living in. But he's worried about trolling us. He's away from his wife. He's away from his nice, comfortable life. But yeah, he's calling Tina and saying, hey, Tina, call into a comment show and blah, blah, blah. Put the phone up to the microphone. And here's the problem, guys. Some people try so hard that they go the long way to look for an answer. Okay, you ever hear of Occam's razor? The easiest answer is usually the correct one. Okay, the easy answer is he's at home. He's at home. He's he's calling into shows for fuck's sake, guys. What do you want him to do? I told you, if he came out holding a newspaper with today's date on it, they would say it's photoshopped, it's AI. They would do like the MAGA people do in the chat when they say see a clip of Trump they don't like. Nothing will. You know why? Because there's certain people, I won't name names, that again would rather die than be wrong because they know it all. They're the smartest. You know what I mean? And nobody could ever be smarter than them or beat them in any way, shape, or form. They are hands down the smartest motherfucker on here. And if they say something, it goes. So how dare you question them, FBS? How dare you question the smartest man in the history of the world? How dare you? I don't buy all that smart shit. Okay? I don't. I listen to people. I listen to certain things about them, their political leanings, stuff like that, and I form an opinion on whether they're smart or not. You can't just tell me you're smart and I say, okay, you are. You know what I mean? So I'm just tired of hearing it. Like, guys, get the fuck off my dick. Stop worrying about what I'm doing. Stop worrying about what I'm doing. Stop worrying about if I agree with you or not. I broke away from all you guys over there, all of you. Okay? You know that. So just do your thing and don't worry about me. I'm not worried about you. I didn't come on here today and say Common was wrong or any of these guys were wrong. Not even a little bit. I said how he got information. I'm sure he did get the information. I don't think he's lying. And I guarantee you those guys know more about this than I do. But as long as you got to keep it a secret, don't use it as evidence. Don't come out and say, I just got confirmation from another source without saying what the source is, because that don't mean shit. It's just like, listen, I've talked to several people close to Tony in the last few days. Every one of them has sworn their life to me that he's at home chilling. But you don't take that information from me, right? Because you don't like it. You don't like it. For whatever reason, you want to be right. You don't like the fact that I'm giving an opposing viewpoint or hitting you with information that you don't want to hear, because everything is confirmation bias with some people. You only want to listen to the shit that fits your narrative. Well, sorry, you can't be like that. You know what I mean? Anybody with an open mind would have said today, we should think about this before we move forward, rather than just going on and coming up with some cockamamie fucking, he's on the phone from jail. I just feel like everyone should be on the same page trying to get this SoFlo clown gone. Yeah. And let me tell you another thing. I saw Common's post, and I'm not even dissing Common. Whatever. I told you I'm indifferent to those guys. They could do their thing, and they can leave me alone, and I'll leave them alone. Okay? But one of the things he said is that Tony is in processing. Okay. They're getting, am I supposed to do something? What do you mean? I don't know what to do. I don't know, Miss Gabriel. But anyway, he said he's in processing, and that's why he's not in the system yet. Well, guess what else? If he's in processing, he ain't making phone calls like that. I'm sorry, guys. I've had, I haven't done time like Eric Foss or Tony Soflo or any of that. But I've been in jail and stuff. I know how these things work. Okay. If you're still being processed, you ain't making phone calls and laughing and all that shit. And that's another thing, guys. So Common said today, now Common's the legal guy, right? Legal Beagle. Common said, it's on you. If you don't believe Tony's in jail, it's on you to prove it. No, it's exactly not. It's on you. You made the claim. You made the accusation. You say he's in jail. I'm supposed to prove a negative? The last I saw, Tony was right here on YouTube. Give me reason to believe he's not sitting exactly where he was last time I saw him. Don't tell me I got to give you reason that I got to prove he's not in jail. I'll tell you what, I've proved it. I talked to ICE. They said they have no record of him. He's not with them. That's the proof, guys. How is, my source told me proof. And how is, I heard he was served paperwork a few days before he was picked up, proof. But hey, I showed you the call log. I called ICE and talked to them for 7 minutes. And the woman clearly said, he is not in ICE custody. Definitely not, she said. That's not proof. Tony Soflo just randomly calling into shows like he just did, by the way. He just called into JT's show and hung up. I just got the message. That's not proof that Tony's not in jail. Only what you say is proof. Yeah, I know. Like I said, some people can't be wrong. They'd rather die than be wrong. And that's why people are pissed off today. If these people thought I had no credibility and nothing I say mattered, they'd ignore me. Do you hear any of them flipping out on Tony fucking Pizza for saying that Soflo isn't in jail? Nobody even mentioned him. But it's because I have credibility, and it's because you guys know, whether you want to admit it or not, I know what I'm doing. I'm a pretty fucking smart guy. And I take everything into account. I want this guy gone as much as anyone. More so. Believe me, more so. You guys haven't dealt with him fucking this much. Most of you guys. I'm saying Maureen's had to, certain other people have had to. But the most of you guys, you had a little 5-minute beef with him. Nobody wants him gone like I do. You know what I mean, Soto? Like, but guys, I'm not going to fool myself. Again, this is like going to a strip club and thinking the stripper likes you. You know what I mean? It's a fantasy. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to say, just because I want Tony to be gone, he's gone. We all want Tony to be gone, and none of us have any proof that he is. So I say this to Common or any of those guys that have proof that he's gone, give us the proof. That's all. And don't get mad if you don't give us the proof. Don't get mad that we're fucking, a little skeptical, and then we don't just buy this shit hook, line, and sinker. That's it. Everything's a secret. Everything's a secret. I love Kasparosa. Love the guy. I do. I'd never say a bad word about him, right? But he hit me up a couple nights ago, late at night, 3 a.m. or something. And he said, hey, I just had a source confirm it. He's definitely in jail. And I said, oh, really? What's the information? Well, I can't tell you that. I said, well, I don't believe you. As simple as that. I love the guy. And Chris is a very, very bright guy. He's probably the smartest person on here. And his research doesn't miss. He's a fucking brilliant guy, man. He is nobody to fuck around with. But anybody who calls me, if Don Berlin calls me tomorrow and says, hey, Tony's in jail, I'm going to say, Don, where's the proof? And if he says, well, I can't share that with you, I'm going to say, then there is none. Your proof is meaningless to me until I can see it. It doesn't matter who it is. And who could blame me for that, guys? Again, it will never stop. It'll never cease to amaze me, the fact that we live in a fucking community here that's about the mafia, and nobody has the slightest bit of street smarts. Nobody questions anything. And guys, let me tell you something. Well, I don't know. I don't know if people would question it if it was me. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but Let me just tell you this. Not everybody, a lot of people would definitely believe me because you have good reason to, because I don't spew bullshit, right? But if I came on here on Monday and I said, SoFlo's in jail, even if I played the same call Maureen did, do you think they would have been celebrating like that? Or do you think they would have automatically challenged me on it because they'd want to see proof? And guess what? They'd be right to. They would have automatically challenged me. No question about it. Because let's be honest, the only people that go along with this shit is people that are worried about being friends with people. You know, oh, my guy who I like said this is true. Therefore, even though it don't make sense to me, I'm going to say it's true too so I don't piss him off. I have gone out of my way to piss all you off and remove myself from you for fucking 4.5 years now. So I don't care who likes me. I prefer that you dislike me. I would have it no other way. I'd have it no other way. So I'm going to speak my fucking mind. I'm not a follower. I'm not a bandwagon guy. Oh, everybody says SoFlo's in jail. Guess he's in jail. I tried, guys. I tried to be Positive Tuesday. Not for that purpose, but just because, you know, I did want it to be true. And it did feel good waking up and thinking, man, maybe this motherfucker ain't in the country anymore. But that euphoria wears off and you sit back and you think about it and you say, but what proof do I have? So Common shouldn't be mad at anybody. None of those guys should. You didn't show us proof. And here's the problem. When Common says, if you don't think he's in jail, you need to show us proof he's not in jail. Well, what proof are you willing to accept? Because I told you that 3 people very close to him swore on their fucking lives he's at home. That's not enough. I told you and proved to you that I called ICE, had a long conversation with the woman, and she told me he is definitely not in ICE custody. That's not enough. And now Tony SoFlo is calling into all kinds of shows. He's in some horrible detention center, yet he has phone access 24 hours a day, even at 2 a.m. Yeah. Everybody's being tortured in these places, but Tony runs shit. He's got the CEOs doing favors for him. So don't say, I got to prove anything because I already have. That's why I called ICE. Have any of them called ICE? If they did, they don't want to talk about it. You know why? Because ICE told them they don't have them. I find that hard to believe, FPS, that SoFlo would not come on live and say, I got you. You're all wrong. Something is preventing him from the Ravager. This is where common sense needs to come in. This is where common sense needs to come in. The Ravager, or Ravager, whatever, the guy said for weeks, for months, I'm gone after the new year. I'm gone after the new year. Now, did I believe that? No. Until he was gone after the new year. And then I thought, oh shit, I think he's telling the truth. And Casperosa himself said yesterday morning that he thinks Tony was picked up on the 10th or after. It's only the 15th. So that means even Casperosa believes that Tony has controlled himself from the 27th to the 10th. So it's totally out of bounds for me to believe, oh, well, he just stretched it to the 15th. You know what I mean? And little by little, he's coming back. He's coming back. You're seeing it. That's one of those simple answers. Well, he's not on here, so he must not be free. Come on, guys. The guy's done this before. He's taken weeks off at a time before. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes. And I keep telling you, and you don't listen to me. That's your problem. You don't listen to me. That's why you guys are always wrong. I was the one that was close to SoFlo. I was at his house, and I went to dinners with him and shit like that. I'm telling you the fucking dynamic in that relationship. I'm telling you that every time the heat is turned up on Tina, she forces him to stop fucking with me and just take a break. Every single time. And that exact thing happened this time. And you're like, Chris, what reason do you have to believe that he's not what do you mean? I knew, let me tell you guys something. I told you, I can't tell you everything that was done. But I knew that around that time, between Christmas and New Year's, Tony was going to be taking a break from at least fucking with me. Because I know what I did to make him do that. Okay? So I was not surprised he wasn't around. Look at my New Year's show. Was I shocked? I told you guys I knew he wasn't going to do a New Year's show. So it's amazing. It is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that you guys don't get. A guy tells you he's leaving, and you're like, where'd he go? Well, he said he was leaving. Yeah, but that can't be it. But he swore up and down he was not going to be here after New Year. Not buying it. But I will believe that, yeah, he's in a fucking detention camp where he's got 24-hour-a-day access to a phone, and he's in perfect spirits where he's calling in and pranking people. He's doing what I would do to you. You know what? I hate to say this. I hate that motherfucker with a passion. But I love that he's doing this. I love it. You know why? Because it's fucking hilarious. It's making everybody look stupid, and I love it. And you guys could say I changed my mind. Bottom line is I'm the only guy who came on here and said this isn't true. Okay? I love that he's doing it this way. I think it's fucking hilarious. I really do. I mean, every time I hear he called into a show, I laugh. Because here's one of the reasons, guys. Although I want Tony to be gone, I don't give a fuck about Tony. If Tony pops up today and does a show about me and my family, I'm just going to go in on him and his. That's all. Different day, same shit. You know, I'm not going to be all worried. But I think a lot of you are so scared of this guy that you go to bed at night dreaming of him not being able to fuck with you anymore. I don't know what it is. Stop giving this guy so much fucking power, for real. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, the Ravager. Yeah, no way this is his life. Yeah, okay. Except he's done it before on several occasions, the Ravager. Who the fuck are you even? We don't even know who you are. You're acting like you know all this shit. I think this whole thing is staged. Staged by who, though, Lisa? All of us, I guess? Yeah, you're right, 100%. And I'm, by the way, sexy time nice. I'm always the guy. I always have been, and I always will be. You can't accept you're not the guy anymore. Yes, I am. I'm FBS, bro. That didn't change. My views might have gone down. I'm still FBS. And even that, I got you motherfuckers on. Because I showed you that where my views go down by 30, 40, 50 views a show, here, I'll go do a different show and get 55 times that. I could do a show after this and get at least 10,000 views in an hour. So, please, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'll always be the guy. Dude, I just had to get that off my chest. I just don't get it, FBS. Sure, everyone is free to have their opinion on this. I get it. All right, well, then don't be mad at me. Bro, you don't have to. The Ravager, if you believe it, that's fine. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I believe you're wrong. I don't know it. I can't state it as a fact. So, you know, and listen, this is like any other argument. It's like when people say, prove to me God isn't real. How the fuck would I prove that? Prove to me he is real. And then they'll give you some cockamamie proof, and it's like, oh, that's proof to you. That's not proof to me. You know what I mean? It's like, no. You can't prove he exists any more than I can prove that he doesn't. This is the same type of argument. Guys, you know why they're pissed off? Because I'm not the only one that doubts this. But even if I was, I'm always that guy. Never forget that. This just proves it, by the way. They're pissed off because they think they're wrong. Believe me, if they had no worries that they were wrong, they wouldn't be stressing like they are today. I've been hearing about people out of breath and shit and going off, and I'd love that I could do that to all of you. You know, but you know you're wrong, or at least you think you are. You're all shaken up now. You guys were 100% sure this was true, and then SoFlo started popping up on shows. And you're not just mad I'm questioning you. You're mad you have to question you now. And that's why, guys, that's another reason they're mad. Because they should have waited. I swear to you guys, do you realize the MRE thing, for example, which is hands down the biggest thing that happened on here ever, unless this is true. They know it better than anyone. Common and those guys, they know it. I got that information and I sat on it for 3 fucking days. I refused to release that information until I had a video of MRE's voice, a face speaking in his voice, and that face matched the one in the articles about the white supremacist Nicholas Colicone. And Common helped me on that, and Canarsie took part in it, and Jimmy Calandra and Gunsmoke. All right, well, the other 3, okay? We researched and we found out definitively this is MRE, and then we told everybody. I'm just saying, if this was me, as much as it would be killing me inside, I might hint around to things or, get your hopes up a little, but I would not say it as fact until I could pull up the ICE inmate locator and there's Jorge Orlando Espinoza Diaz. Not until then. So don't get mad at me if you made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't just mean mistakes like you're wrong about your information. I mean mistakes like you did this too early. And the only thing that should worry people here is that there's not more people, way more people skeptical of this. Because again, I don't care what you say. You're believing this without proof. The only real piece of proof we have is the congressional aide, who very easily could have made a mistake or whatever. Show me what other proof do we have? Oh, I heard it from my source. Oh, I verified it with my source. Oh, I confirmed it with 4 of my sources. Oh, a fucking little birdie landed on my shoulder and told me. Oh, hearsay, 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 hearsay. That's proof? No, proof is when ICE says he's definitely not in our custody. Proof is when a motherfucker's calling in, obviously free as a bird, into shows to fuck with you. And he's doing exactly what I would have did. And SoFlo, milk it. Milk it. Abso-fucking-lutely milk it. Do this shit for days. Don't even pop up on a live. Just keep doing this. It's hilarious. Just keep popping up on shows, saying stupid shit and jumping off. It's exactly what I would do. Exactly. And it's pissing people off because it's like, oh shit. It's not that people are saying we're wrong. It's that people are proving we're wrong. And Tony's making an asshole out of them. Tony's jumping up on the panels, calling them names and shit and jumping off. I mean, as much as I hate the motherfucker, just like Tony Pizza says some funny shit every now and then. Well, this is some funny shit SoFlo's doing. It's funny, man. And I hear all kinds of things. No, you didn't hear the phone. Tina put the phone up to the microphone. Yeah, or not. Or it was just some other noise. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not true. Who is this? Common? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a bad time to say that since I have 105 now. Again, nobody will ever be where I was on here with their channel. It'll never happen. But no, I'm not. You're just a dick rider. And 99% of all the information was not given to me. That's a rumor from the guy you swear is in jail right now. That's a rumor. I've had help with things. Yeah, but plenty of the shit I've done on my own. I'll always bring up the Mr. Batters thing because there was not a single individual who had any clue as to where to even start. I didn't get help from nobody. You have no idea what I'm capable of. I know you guys like to think Don does all this shit. Don ain't doing shit. I have had help in the past though, but not for the majority of it. Not for the majority of it. I've gotten pretty good at this shit over the years. Thank you, Bill Jordan. Someone was using his account 9 hours ago. Granted, it could be someone in his home. Yeah, it could be. But what's most likely, you know? Oh my God, this guy, bro. It's not a lion. And the lion, you're telling me that a Leo wearing a lion on his necklace is a sign that, what does he say? With that stupid lion around your neck, like you're some black guy from the hood. No, I'm some white guy from the hood. And the lion represents a whole lot of things, you stupid motherfucker. You know that John Gotti used to just draw pictures of lions? It was like his favorite thing to do. You might want to look that up. A lot of people are into lions, and I'm a Leo. Leo the lion. You get it? Dumb fucking jealous cocksucker. Liberal logic. Yeah, in other words, intelligence. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's more than that. No one likes being punked. I hope they're right. Well, we'll see, I guess. No, it's more than what? I mean, being punked like... who do you mean by? You mean by SoFlo, by me, by who? Now, listen, man, being on the same page to try to get him, yes. All agreeing that something is true with no proof? No, that's what you call a cult. That's not what you call free thinkers. You know what I mean? It's not. Just be happy you were able to have a side hustle by yourself, some Jordans, and not have a woman support you for a couple of years. I've never had a woman support me. I've always supported the woman, but you're just becoming a nuisance, so goodbye. Yeah, if you make the claim, it's on you to prove it. That's all. And, you know, these guys they're dumb because they're going to let this turn into a fight between me and all of them. And that's just, there's no way it's worth it. Give SoFlo more. They'll be talking shit about me tonight on Gunsmoke Show. I'm telling you, it's not a good idea. I wouldn't do it if I was you. Just telling you. And especially, you want to give SoFlo the extra satisfaction? Wonderful. How about this, guys? How about you all silently gather the information and prove me wrong and make me look like an asshole? And then I'll say, my bad, I was wrong. I erred on the side of caution. Sorry, but once again, I'm going to prove that I'm the only guy on here that needs to actually know something before he says it. And I'm telling you, for a million different reasons, and some of the guys in this chat know because I've told them who I've spoken to and what they've told me. I have no reason to believe Tony is anywhere than at home. I think that everyone is taking this way too seriously. He's just some loudmouth that everyone could simply ignore. Someone on the internet shouldn't have that type of power over you. That's why, guys, I'm on here. I'm in a good mood. I'm laughing. I'm having fun. I was excited to get back here. I was on the highway. You know, I took my family people to a beautiful fucking dinner. I had a fucking 16-ounce prime rib, sauteed mushrooms. I'm full as a motherfucker. I had a great night. I'm not going to let these guys bother me. If they want to take shit out on me because they're insecure about this situation or something, go ahead. I mean, if you think I'm not going to reply to you, you're making a huge fucking mistake. But do whatever the fuck you want. I've quite frankly had it with all of you. You know what I mean? A long time ago, long time ago, before any of this shit ever popped up. So I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks or feels. You don't have to worry about me. Look, the guy keeps telling me I ain't shit no more. Okay, so what are you worried about me for? That guy's obviously very intelligent. Guys, please donate to the show for the love of Christ and do it immediately. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know what they say? I'm totally broke, man. I can't afford this vacation I'm on. Let's see. Mob genre full of nothing but rats trying to get someone deported. The real problem is MRE. He's always saying the worst person on here is a kitty diddling neo-Nazi. Guess Kasparoza is okay with MRE. How's Kasparoza okay with MRE? You know what he's done to MRE? Dude, he was doing 5 to 6 shows a day. I read that one. Yeah, Tina's trolling people online. Exactly. The woman that fucking hates with a passion that Tony does this. Hates it with a fucking passion. Yeah, while she's trying to get his ass released from jail and she's without him, she's sitting at home thinking, I know what we should do. Let's fuck with Sacchio. Come on, guys. Listen, if you don't think I'm right, if you think you're right, why are you mad at me? Why are you making silly posts and dickheads are commenting under it? And you know what I mean? Like, what are you worried about? Fuck you worried about? But remember though, the burden of proof is on the accuser, the person making the claim. It's not on the person who doesn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you mean? FBS, when he called into Suge's show, his avatar was the letter T. He wasn't in his phone or good regular account. So what do you mean? What are you telling me? What do you think? What's SoFlo interviews? I didn't know there was any. Slob Tube, I don't believe it's Tina. It's him for sure. But he's not at home. I believe he's in a detention center. That's why he can't show his face online. You have every right to believe that, bro. And I told you, even I said today, there is a chance that Tony got locked up at some point in the last couple of weeks and got released. And maybe he got released at 2 a.m. Last night, or got home at 2 a.m. And that's why he's, just pulling these stunts now. It's very possible, guys. All I've been saying since this whole thing started is he's not in jail. And you know what I base that on? The ICE inmate locator, the ICE search. I have his alien number. He's not there. And I know, like Common said, oh, he's processing. It's been 4 fucking days that just since Maureen got that call. For all we know, he was locked up last Friday, the Friday before that, 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago when he disappeared. We don't know if he got locked up at all, but if he did, we don't know when. So let's just say he got picked up 2 weeks ago. How long does this processing take again? Lisa, but here you are watching me, right? And you're not even a big fish in a small pond. No, I know. But I mean, nobody's going to be hurt. Like if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be hurt by it. If they're wrong, they're not going to be hurt by it. They're the ones taking this shit so seriously. I'm just giving you my opinion. And I can't even imagine what they'll do. Certain people. If Tony pops up on a live from his house and it turns out he never got picked up. Do you think there's the slightest chance any one of these people who are claiming that he's locked up will fucking say, my bad, FBS was right? No chance. They'll lie through their teeth if they have to. I know how this game is played. I do. Another problem here is everybody wants to have friends on here. And when you want to have friends, you have to be a people pleaser to some extent, even if it's just one guy you have to agree with. So everybody just they follow the pack. They say, okay, he says so. We're like his show and stuff. We think he's super duper smart. We'll just go along with what he said without putting any real time into this. Do you know that in 4 days, if all the people concerned with this would have made some phone calls and shit, we would have definite confirmation of whether Tony even ever got picked up. Believe me. But no, people just want to fight about whether they're right or not. And everybody can be mad at me. I don't care. I personally have no problem anymore with Angela. I never had a problem with Maureen. I love Chris Casparosa. Love the guy. Everybody else I don't care about. Honestly, everybody else, you be mad at me all you want, talk shit, do whatever you want. We'll go at it. No problem. But I'm not coming on here saying that anybody who believes this is a fucking moron or anything like that. No, I'm just saying I know how this goes. There was people that I wanted to dox that I researched and I was sure I had the person. And then I figured out I was wrong. And it broke my fucking heart when I realized, you know how hard I tried to find out Chicago Muscle's information? Couldn't do it. And there was times where I thought, we fucking got him. I got this guy. Everything fits. This is him, no doubt. And you want to believe it, so you convince yourself of it. And then you realize something pops up or something. You're like, oh, shit, it's not possible. It can't be him. You hear their voice on a video or something. You're like, motherfucker. That's fucking David Monpass. That's not Harry Wessels. FBS, why is he not showing his face? Just 20-second clips popping up on shows because he can't. Or because he's fucking with you guys and he wants this to go on. Do you understand? It's the same thing I would do. The fun in this is the not knowing. You know what I mean? Just like this. Everybody's enjoying this right now, right? Commenting them. They're, I guess, taking little shots at me. I'm kind of responding where I don't believe it. They do believe it. People are divided a little bit. That's the fun in it. And SoFlo just gets to sit back and watch. If he shows his face, that's it. The mystery over. But he could drag this out. Now, is Tony generally that, strategic and stuff? No, but you never know what he could be up to this time. Guys, do you realize that the outrageous belief is not that he's sitting at home where he's always been. It's that he's in jail and somehow, after just being picked up and getting ready to be shipped out of the country, Tina and him are more concerned with trolling people online than figuring out how to keep his ass in the country. Guys, I've been around them. I've heard him scream at her and all that shit. Yes. I've also heard her tell him no. No. Oh, God, if only you guys were fucking finally smarten up and believe that everything I tell you is 100% true. The woman would fucking go berserk on him for fighting with me. That's why, for 6-7 months there, he wouldn't mention me. It was causing them problems. So she is not, after taking the ass kicking she took in December, she is not going to give in to him and say, yeah, I'll make things worse for myself. And we'll just call these shows and we'll waste our time that you have on the phone and all that. And, maybe if you're calling collect, we'll run up an $800 phone bill, whatever it takes to confuse Mike Sacchio or Common or Jim Terry. That the stretch is thinking that that's going on. To think he's at home is just, that's where he's always been. We have no proof to believe he's not there. So, what did I just get? Nobody's donating either, you sons of bitches. What did I just get? I don't know. Anyway, Pizza claimed he was with Blackwater snipers when he got picked up with the machine gun. They made the case against him. Disappears, so there's that. Yeah. You're a dragon, don't forget it. I guess. Yeah, I appreciate the 20 either way. Thank you, IWD Liquidators. Yeah, everybody hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it very much. So I forgot even what the question was now. But yeah. What do you mean? You mean with everybody or with me? Sure, 100%. With me too. Yeah, no doubt. I don't deny that. Everybody wants to be right and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I want to be wrong. This is a situation where I want to be wrong. I just believe that I'm right. Guys, you know how worth it would be for me to come on here and say, you were all right and I was wrong. If it meant Tony SoFlo is in CCOT being tortured, oh my, or just gone. I don't care if he's sitting in the lap of luxury somewhere else. He's just gone. He can't access YouTube anymore. I would be so happy to admit that I'm wrong. I'd be so happy to admit that I'm wrong, bro. I swear to you. He's so hated, that's why everyone is talking about him. I know. You're funny as fuck, Nico. See you. Thank you, Vinny Bo. I think John and Benda has something to do with this too. You say Common is being vague and subliminal with his contacts and where he got his info from. Can you tell us exactly who told you he's home and isn't locked up? No. And that's why you don't have to believe a word I say. But again, it's them trying to convince you he's locked up. I'm just telling you I don't believe he don't. I don't care if any of you believe me. If I did, then yeah, I would tell you my sources. But you got to understand something. When they say sources, they're talking about people. They're not talking about friends of theirs. They're talking about agencies and shit. People, like they have contacts at agencies. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear from your friend. So it's probably people that, the way it sounded to me, they got people on the inside confirming this to them, because otherwise they'd have to admit it's just hearsay. What I'm telling you, and again, you don't have to believe me, is that there's certain people that have never steered me wrong, that have sworn on their fucking lives, on their kids' lives, that he's at home. Okay? People have never steered me wrong. And guys, you got to remember something else. Answer this for me, please. What is the end game? All his friends are lying. They're lying and saying he's home when he isn't. Why? For what? What's the end game exactly? What? So they can all look like assholes and liars in the end? What is the end game? You guys act like, is it like Tony, keeping this a secret somehow is beneficial to him. If Tony is being deported, nothing is going to stop that information from getting out. So what would be the point in even lying about it? What would be the point in that? Tell me. I want you guys to tell me, what do these people have to benefit from lying for Tony? What? And why would Tony even want them to lie for him? Why? Well, maybe, how do you know? Like I said, maybe he got picked up. Maybe law enforcement told him not to. You know, maybe he's not, because of all this trouble it might have caused him. Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've seen from my experience. I know for a fact that anytime a fight between me and Tony that was involved our families stopped, it was because of Tina, and only Tina. Only Tina. So you gotta remember, Tony don't give a fuck. He'll bury Tina. He don't care. But he also needs her. So if she tells him no, sometimes he listens. I found it funny when Congressman Ryan McKenzie's office couldn't confirm that they called Maureen, but they could track SoFlo for a month. Is that right? What? Did I miss that part? They couldn't confirm that they ever called her? That's of course, yeah. Thank you, SlobTube. No means no. This is the closest thing to foreplay SoFlo has ever done. I'm impressed. Go see it. FBS, they're allowed iPods and some sort of phone device when your intention to communicate with loved ones or lawyers. Says who? Says who? Show me the proof. Show me what facilities they're available at. Go ahead. I want you to tell me that tons, 1,500 minimum a day, getting locked up. They all have they just have an endless supply of tablets. Come on, guys. Would you think? But I'll tell you what. I'll stay open-minded, the Ravager. If you give me your source, I'll check it out. And if you're right, I'll say you're right. I caught it, Nicosia. Let's get back to the most insane. Oh, wait. Bobby Burberry, I remember for 39 months, so I signed the petition for nothing. No, I still think that petition could be useful. I just don't know if it has been yet. So Malik Irvin, member for 34 months, almost 3 years. Time flies. It does. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I know, Texas Josh. Pizza's a fucking nutcase. No, I know, Soto, but I'm saying I'm willing to admit that it's all of us. It's men, you know. But yeah, there's certain people that just they can't be wrong. They can't be. There's nothing. There's nothing that would drive them as crazy as being proven wrong. There's nothing that would bother them more. There's nothing. They'd probably amputate a fucking leg before they come on and admit that they're wrong. Because again, they're the smartest people in the world, never wrong, always right. Believe me, the smartest person in the world ain't nowhere near MobTube. Okay. But this is how a lot of people act. You know, we've seen it before. We've seen people get all up in a tizzy. They sound like they're having a panic attack because somebody's questioning them. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, 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 calm down, big guy. Calm down. This is MobTube. None of it matters. You know what I mean? If I may, FBS, you know what drives me nuts? People paying $30 a month for a subscription, but they are the very same people that come in here and gripe about you accepting donations. So stupid. Good point. Sun Tzu, yeah. Sure, they're liars. FBS, who are his friends? Stone Failure, Muscle, or Bet? Nope. I didn't talk to any of them. No. And you don't know. You don't know who I've spoken to. And guys, I'm the bullshit detector like nobody else. You guys know that. When people lie to me, I find out about it. I'm telling you, I would not take anybody's word for it. But it's not even just that. It's not even, that I have no reason to believe they're lying. I don't understand what the end game is. Guys, I need you to tell me. You have a theory, right? There has to be something behind it. What is the end game? How does Beck or Chicago Muscle or any of these people benefit if they're lying about Tony being home? And by the way, I haven't talked to any of those guys in quite some time, by the way. But what would they have to gain? Anybody I may have talked to, what would they have to gain? What do we get out of this? Tony's popping up on YouTube. So he wants people to think he's home. So why would he be telling his friends, no, tell everybody I'm not home? You know what I mean? Or tell everybody I am home. I mean, he is home. He's making it clear that he's home. So why would he even tell them to, no, yeah, you go ahead. If you talk to FBS, make sure you tell them I'm home. There'd be no trick in that because you actually are. You're making phone calls and shit. If you don't want people to think you are home, you'd stay off the fucking internet. Well, it's because there's no real friends on here. Deported Action Tech, good name. There's no real friends on here. These guys all, let me tell you something. These guys are all best friends or crew. They all talk shit behind each other's backs. And they've done it with me. I'm not going to get into details, but nobody's a real friend to anyone else on here. Oh, it's MobTube, baby. No, not at all. Not at all. You gotta be. That's why you gotta always be skeptical, man. You always gotta be suspicious because your friends are the ones trying to do the most harm to you. Well, you don't even know who I'm talking about because you just named 3 people I haven't spoken. Was it 2 or 3 people that I haven't spoken to in a while? Beck, Stone Failure, Muscle. Last time I talked to Stone Sailor, he sent me a message after my mom passed. Beck, I stopped talking to like a month and a half ago because he was fucking sticking by Tony. And Muscle, Muscle, let me think. I think we did have a conversation about 2 months ago, but that was when people were trying to stir up shit and saying that Chicago and Tony were like coming after me, and he just called me to clarify that they weren't. So yeah, none of them guys. But again, let's just say I talked to them. What's their end game? Why are they telling me he's home if he's not? What do they get out of that? What does he get out of that? FBS, somebody is lying. You say Sofa's friends told you he's home and nothing happened. Meanwhile, those same exact people are telling Jim they have no idea where he is and haven't talked to him. Oh, you take Jim Terry's word for it. You're right. Definitely 100% credibility there. You're a fucking moron. Jim Terry. But maybe they are. Maybe they are. But most likely Jim's just saying that. But let's just say they are. Again, you can't even name who I talked to. So how the fuck do you know I talked to the same people Jim Terry did? I guarantee you Jim Terry didn't talk to the people I talked to. Oh, I didn't say they have no credibility. Who are we talking about specifically? Chris, can you answer my question, please? LOL. Hold on, let me see. I don't see it, Tom. Fuck me, man. What's your question, bro? I don't, Tom, I swear to you, I love you, brother. Can you text it to me or something? I don't see it. FBS, somebody is lying. You say so. Is that the one I just read? Oh, yeah, I read that. They will say anything he wants them to say. God knows what he's thinking or is the end game. Oh, I give you that. He's nuts. But again, if we hadn't heard what we did in the last, I don't know, 18 hours or so, then I would understand your point. Maybe whatever the fuck, who knows what it could be, but maybe there was something in it for Tony to tell people to lie to me or something. And nobody I talk to is going to check with Tony. You know what I'm saying? Why would they do that? Hey, FBS wants to know stuff. What do you want me to tell him? You know? But we heard him call into the shows. He wants people to think he's home. So you're telling me basically that his friends told me the truth, and that's proof that I'm wrong or that they're lying. God, can you even figure this out in your own head, what you're trying to say? So he's trying to make people think he's home. He went up on Common Show. In backstage, you could see his chair or whatever, or maybe even up on the screen. So he wants you to think he's home. And your theory is he told his friends to tell me he's home just to throw us off the trail. What? FBS, I don't want to burn your sources, but the source couldn't be the blind gay guy who lives with SoFlo, right? I take that back. Although he can't see, he'd know if his ass hurts. He was one of them, bro. He was. You got me. Have any of them been on anywhere under a rock? Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. I thought I was behind. I'm not. Art Schiller, the master of hopscotch. A fucking turd. Their end game is they don't all look stupid, and their big mouth king SoFlo has not been locked up. Come on, FBS, you know the game. The Cuban Rambos, the Archellas, the Brian Presses. Well, who's listening to them? Again, you're talking about people I don't listen to or talk to. So wait a minute. The end game is they don't all look stupid. But the Ravager, follow me here. Your theory is that he's in jail, but they're telling me he's home. Now he's going out of his way to make people think he's home. So how would they look stupid exactly? How would they look stupid when this was in confidence and I'll never even tell you who I talked to? Who are they? Who don't they want to look stupid to? Me? What? So the theory is he's locked up and there's no record of it. While he's locked up, he's calling Tina at all times of the day and night to put him on panels to troll people. Solid theory. Yeah. Yeah, he's locked up. There's no record of it. But while he's locked up in the imaginary jail, it doesn't exist. Yeah, he's calling Tina, who hates fucking YouTube with a passion and who just took an ass kicking for a month straight. And she's like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's do that. Let's fuck with Sacchio, the guy who tried to ruin my life. And let's fuck with Common. And she probably doesn't even know who Common Sense is. I guarantee you. Tina don't even know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the end game? FBS, I asked, are you saying SoFlo is not in jail? Damn, I'm glad I never said anything bad about it. I'm saying, in my opinion, he's not in jail. Common and those guys might very well know more than me, and maybe they do have rock solid proof. But I haven't seen it, and either of you have you. So again, when you tell people I have proof, it doesn't mean anything. And by the way, me talking to friends of his, that don't matter either. You shouldn't be worried about that because it's hearsay and they could be lying. What you should be worried about are two things. He's not in ICE custody, says the lady at ICE, says the inmate locator on the ICE website. He's not in custody, definitely not in ICE custody. That should be a big one for you. And the other one is he's calling into shows now. Oh, my God. How could you need more than that? How could you need more than that? Wait a minute. There's a guy who people say are in jail. They don't have any proof he's in jail. They just say he's in jail. And then he starts popping up on live shows all over the place. Does that give me any reason to believe he's not in jail? No. He's definitely in jail. Come on, guys. So you're telling me this. This is all I want to know. You're telling me that Tony Soflo has used a guy who hasn't been processed yet. And anybody who knows what that's like in state prison and in county jails, you can't even take a fucking shower. If you ain't processed yet, you can't do shit. You can't make any phone calls. In Camp Hill, there's a 2-week blackout period. My friend, the last guy I know, Darb, that went to Camp Hill, in 10 days till he could take a shower. Okay? And I guarantee these detention centers are more strict. So what you're saying is it's easier to believe that Tony went to jail, is still in jail, has 24-hour access to a phone, and with that phone, he calls his fat wife, who hates YouTube so much but is still willing to, in the midst of all her fucking worry and suffering, she still agrees to calling up YouTube shows that she fucking hates just so Tony can say 2 words and then they hang up. That seems more likely to you than, oh, he never went to jail. He's at home. Guys, do you realize you're reaching? All of you guys are reaching. I'm not reaching. I'm giving you the simple answer. In my opinion, he's at home. And if Common or any of those guys have proof that he isn't, I'm open-minded. I would love to see it. But if you think about it, all we've gotten is hearsay. That's it. We've gotten hearsay. We've gotten the congressional aide on a phone call. And we've gotten, Maureen saying some stuff and Angela saying some stuff. And that's it. That's it. In other words, I'm not even saying what they're saying isn't true. I'm saying it's just something somebody's saying. We're not seeing proof of any of this. We're not seeing proof. Like, show me the proof that SoFlo has a handler. And then show me the proof that handler, for some odd reason, when ICE is just scooping motherfuckers up when they're dropping their kids off at school and while they're at work and everything else. Tell me why ICE, in this case, they said, you know what? This lifelong criminal who's been on the run before and who has been, in federal prison and state prison, who's raped his son's mother and fucking robbed mail trucks and everything. Let's warn him that we're about to deport him. I'm sure he won't run. Let's just send him a warning. Show me. I just want to know where the proof of that is. They're saying he's home to you, but he's really in detention. That's what I'm getting at, FBS. Of course, they're all going to lie for him, tell bullshit because they all didn't want to lose and look stupid. Okay, so they're saying he's home to me, but he's really locked up. Again, what would they have to gain from that? That's what I'm asking you, bro. They're going to lie for him and tell bullshit because they all don't want to lose and look stupid. How would they lose? What would they be losing? How would they look stupid, especially since I'm the only one who knows who I talked to and what they said to me? And SoFlo obviously doesn't know. So just explain that to me. Why would they be doing that? Because if a guy's in jail and he's getting deported, you can't keep up that ruse for too long. We're going to find out. Nikki Blade can confirm Tony can whistle into a phone and make collect calls free of charge from 3 feet away, even in jail. His whistling is how he became a people pleaser at having a hard on. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like buttons and donate. Can I get a few of you to donate tonight? Come on, guys. Somebody throw a hundy into the mix. I got no hundy today. Throw a hundy in. The incompetence of ICE, it wouldn't surprise me. He is being detained and there's no receipts. But until there's receipts, I'd say he's washing Tina's diarrhea riddled ass. For example, FBS, your folks would jump over mountains for you if you got fucked. That's what SoFlo's friends are doing for him. What are they doing for him? That's what I'm asking you, the Ravager. I know you're trying to make a point, but what are they doing for him? So you're saying that Tony got his people who love him and are loyal to him to lie and say he's at home, only so that the next day he can do everything in his power to make everyone believe he's at home. The guys, he keeps calling into MobTube shows. He wants people to think he's home. And let's just say he isn't. And that part is just a trick. His friends telling me he's home, they get Tony where? Those lies get Tony where? They get their friends where? His friends where? I don't understand it. What do they benefit? How does Tony even benefit? Yeah. What's the incentive is what I'm saying. Yeah. What's the incentive? Hey, big dog, if FBS calls you, tell him I'm home. Why? I don't know. But why do you want us to tell him that? What, is there some trick you're going to pull or something? No. Just tell him I'm at home, big dog. Okay. Is it because you don't want people to know you're in jail? No, because I'm about to go live, big dog. So I don't get it, Tony. What's the end game here? Just do it. Okay. All right. Malik Irvin, 199. Wish I could donate more. Anyway, match. It's all good, man. Thank you for donating something. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know. Guys, listen, man. This is what I'll say. Again, Common, all those guys over there, don't worry about what I'm saying. If you guys got something good going on here and you either have gotten Tony locked up or can get him locked up and ultimately deported, I don't want to be any disruption. I want you to do just that. Because I know I can't get him deported. I wouldn't know how to go about it. So do your thing. Don't worry about what I'm saying over here. We are not friends, me and any of you guys. We don't talk to each other on or off YouTube. We are worlds apart. Worlds apart. I don't care if you guys are saying he's in jail. I have my own opinion, and that's all I need is what I think. So don't worry about if I'm saying he's not, because this is going to turn into a big fucking fight with a whole bunch of people for nothing. Incentive is the SoFlo never got. He never got locked up. You know how bad that looks on that clown SoFlo. Get it? No, the Ravager. No, because we would find out eventually. There's no point in lying about something that could be, there could be proof tomorrow. He could show up tomorrow on an inmate locator in an ICE detention center. So all that would just be for nothing. And then it's like, not only did I lie, but I made all my people look like liars too. I know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're big mad over there right now. They shouldn't be. Well, fuck them. Who cares? Be mad. I don't give a fuck. Somebody's always mad on here. Fucking bitches. Somebody's always mad. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Thank you, bro. Soto, that's awesome, bro. That is awesome. $80. Have a good last 2 days with fam. Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. That really does, bro. I appreciate that. I do. And guys, let me tell you something. To be quite honest, and I'm not bullshitting, even though, like I said, I'm not friends with any of those guys over there. I made that decision, okay? I have no desire to fight with any of them. I don't even care to argue with any of them. I don't want anything to do with them. Do you understand that? This is why we're not friends, because I don't want anything to do with them. So it's not that I want to fight with them or start with them or have some beef between us. It would be pointless. It would be senseless. It would be bloody as a motherfucker. It would end badly, very badly for everybody involved. And SoFlo still be laughing his ass off. I'm just saying that, listen, if you don't like what I'm saying, just ignore me. But when you put up community posts that are obviously directed at me, and all your little fucktards are in the comment section talking shit and all that, then this is going to happen. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. And I truly hope that I wake up tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday and Maureen or Casperosa or Common or Howie or somebody has rock solid proof. And I swear to you, I will be so happy to come on here and tell you, you guys were wrong. All right, I was wrong. I'm sorry. And I you know what? Thank you for your hard work. And I couldn't be happier. That's it. I don't want to be right in this situation. I just think that I am. And keep this in mind. So that we know of, SoFlo called Sacchio's show at about 2:30 in the morning, right? He called Common's show at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And he just called Jim Terry's show around 9:30, it probably was. So just 24-hour-a-day access to a phone in jail. Yeah, it seems likely. Yeah, 24 hours a day access, uninterrupted, no problems. And he's spending that time pranking. Now, don't get me wrong. I will agree with you on this. SoFlo's so fucking sick that if he only had 5 minutes phone time all day, I wouldn't doubt that he would use it to fuck with people on MobTube. He's sick. It's Tina that I don't think is down with it. I just don't think Tina's down with it. I don't. If shit didn't hit the fan, what does that mean? Dude, you know very well. Remember, SoFlo was about to release some big news bullshit on you on New Year's. What happened there? There's no way he would stay. The Ravager, he didn't have anything. The Ravager, let me tell you something. The stuff he was gonna fucking release, he said, was my wife's work information. I'm telling you now, he doesn't know where she works. You want to know one of the reasons I know? First of all, nobody knows. I haven't told a single soul, and I never will. Not my closest people. Miss Can't Be Wrong doesn't know where Shanna works. I ain't telling anybody. Okay? And you're not going to find it on the internet or none of that. So unless you have a crystal fucking ball. Okay? He called me a few months back. I was at the skate park. It was like towards the end of summer, beginning of fall. He called me and he said, bro, you want to keep going, big dog? You want me to tell everybody where Shanna works? And I swear to you on everything, I said, yes. Yes, I want you to go live right now and tell everybody where Shanna works. I said, and I'll tell you what, until you do that, until you're ready to go live, how about you just tell me where Shanna works? I'm curious. I want to know. Where's she work, bro? Oh, big dog, you don't want me to do that. What do you mean, Tony? It's just me and you on the phone. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. So he got everybody hyped up. New Year's, FBS is going to jail. I'm going to drop the bomb. I'm telling everybody where Shanna works, big dog. But he didn't have nothing. So you look more like an asshole coming on here and saying, I didn't have any of that, than you do if you just don't come on at all. And just say, hey, or let people think that you just decided to leave early. SoFlo being locked up, definitely. Ravager, they're saying he was picked up January 10th, so that doesn't make any sense. That's another thing, yes. Casperosa yesterday morning said January 10th. So that would already mean, that he was voluntarily off of YouTube for 14 days before he got picked up. So if even Casperosa thinks that, and Casperosa knows his shit, then you're telling me it's too much of a stretch to believe that he stayed off until the 15th, since he already did until the 10th, and maybe he will till the 20th, or who knows? Who knows? No, he didn't call Shug. He picked up the link. He was on StreamYard. Oh, you're right. He was, wasn't he? Then what's their explanation for that? What is their explanation for that? Yeah, he does it all the time. I get it, FBS. He had nothing, but he disappeared all of his. Bro, I know. Believe me, I understand why you're suspicious about that. It's not Tony-like. I know. But you also got to remember that he said he was going to leave. He was saying it for months. Let me see this Suge thing again. Hold on.
Okay, I got somebody in here that's saying El Cid 305, so we're gonna put the mask up here.
Is Angel and Marla on his panel, Suge? That doesn't make sense, but I see them there.
And then we're gonna bring this idiot up. Hello? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perfect audio. Perfect. Like as if he's standing with a microphone in his hand. That didn't look good.
Mm-hmm. That's a recording. That's a recording. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who is this? Your daddy. Your daddy?
And then as far as the whispering, people say, why did he whisper? Well, he wasn't whispering the noises he was making. He's doing it because he's SoFlo. He's fucking weird. Your daddy.
Yeah. Marie, you lost.
And then Tina's obviously in a room with him. She's saying, I don't believe that guy. So in other words, the theory is not that he called in on a phone or that Tina called in on a three-way, but that Tina went on StreamYard, which, by the way, Tina's never done any of this. I doubt she knows how. Tina went on StreamYard. She went to Suge's show. She found his StreamYard link. She clicked on it. And then right as Suge brought him up on the show, without any direction from her or anything, Tony just started talking and shit and doing those things and saying those things. So now this is even more ridiculous. I forgot about that earlier. Yeah, he was on the show. Yeah, he has. Oh, you think? You being serious? Yeah, you never know. You never know, Soto. He turned tail and ran away because he lost the war against FBS again. No, I don't even think that. I don't sit here and act like Tony backs down to me. Other people were saying that. I wasn't saying it. I believe that Tina, it was getting, and guys, I know it was. It was getting very bad for Tina. I swear to you on everything I love, guys. It was getting very bad for Tina. I knew it was going to come to an end because I know exactly what to do to make her insane to the point where she tells him he has to stop. I used to get calls from Beck, guys, and he would tell me, Tony don't want to fight no more. Now, what do you think that was? Just Tony's decision? Like Tony just decided, you know what? I'm tired of fighting with FBS. He just gave a speech a month ago about how I was always the guy. You were always the one. The guy never gets tired of fighting with me. But who do you think is putting him up to that? Beck? Or do you think it's Tina telling him, okay, you go after his family, Tony, so he keeps coming after me. I've had it with this bullshit. It's affecting my job. It's affecting my health. I'm done. If you want to stay on YouTube, fine, but you've got to stop fighting with FBS. Or maybe I've just had it. You got to stop with YouTube. Angel's show is titled Surprise Guest Tonight. Could it be SoFlo? Guys, please. If it's SoFlo, I don't give a fuck if it's 3 a.m. Blow my phone up. Because I got to know. No, I'm not sure, Nico. See, it probably was. Could be tablet. No, those tablets that they get in prisons anyway, they're only good for emailing people and stuff like that. They don't have access to the internet like YouTube and shit. They don't have access to So the theory is that he knew he was going to get locked up and recorded this audio to play when people find out he's locked up. Another solid theory, Slob Tube. I'm telling you, bro. Wouldn't be surprised if JT is part of this with SoFlo. He seemed to be driving the narrative on Common Sense's show. That's another thing. Common, you had Jim Terry on. Come on, man. Fucking guys. Seemed to be driving the narrative on Common's show. Very suspicious, but then again, he always comes off like that. Yeah. I don't know what's up with him either, but you know how I feel about that dude. You know what I mean? If he told me my name was Chris Lodrago, I'd check my birth certificate. If the person had just had adjusted status or obtained lawful permanent residence via the marriage, a new felony could trigger removal, proceeding, and revocation of status. SoFlo skates on thin ice daily. He does. And again, I'll say it again, guys, before I go. He might have gotten picked up. Maureen might have gotten the right information from the guy on the phone. The guy said ICE got a hold of him. The guy didn't say Tony's in fucking Cuba or Ecuador or El Salvador, Venezuela or Mexico. The guy said ICE got a hold of him. He did say you shouldn't have to worry about him anymore. But maybe Tony got picked up on the 27th, the 28th, the 31st, the 2nd, the 5th, whatever day. And he's out now. He's home. It's very possible. But again, you know, the argument now, which is absurd, is not whether he got in trouble at all. It's whether he's home. Whether he's home, guys, he's calling people shows. He's on StreamYard, guys. How are people arguing that he's in jail? How is it happening? I swear to God. Oh my God, just when I thought I've seen it all. Oh. God, he's on fucking StreamYard. Oh man. Lasix, calm down. I got to piss for the next 3 hours. The simplest answer is usually the correct one. Yep, Occam's razor. I think his last video was December 28th at Nordstrom. Well, he did do one video that was like a wrap-up. It was like a season something is over, SoFlo season. It was like a bunch of clips. But I don't know when he made that. Unpopular opinion, I'm glad SoFlo is here. I was beginning to worry about the donkeys that carry the mail for the Cuban Postal Service. Jesus Christ. That is an unpopular opinion, but funny as hell. Believe you me, FBS, I don't believe all this conspiracy gossip or stupid stories going around, but he's definitely jammed up and in big trouble. That I have no doubt. That I would not be surprised by, the Ravager. I would not be. Although, you know, what makes me suspicious is the lady at ICE didn't just say he wasn't in custody. She said she couldn't find anything on him. She was confused as a motherfucker. So she sent me to that, you know, the field office I was supposed to call. So that makes me think, like, you would think at least, okay, listen, man, if a guy gets out on bond, he's processed. He's processed. Like, in other words, they don't just pick you up and say, what's up, man? SoFlo, how you doing, bro? And we're just going to let you know we're going to deport you. We got a court hearing next Tuesday. So see you there? All right. No. This means he went to jail. He had to make bail or some sort of bond. There's paperwork done. It's in a system somewhere. So, you know. I'd like to hear about Tom's source that SoFlo took a beating. Tom who? Tom who, guys? Apologies for the questions. I find the host very interesting and trying to figure it all out. I was introduced to FBS on my feed. I love a few MAGA rants. Loved a few MAGA rants. Yeah, I might do one of those after this show. Let me see. It's getting late, but I might try. If not, tomorrow. And any aggravated felony or crimes of moral turpitude trigger automatic deportation. Yeah, well, guys, listen, we'll see, man. Everybody believe whatever you want. You know, I can't say you're wrong. I can't say I'm right. You know, we just have differing opinions. That's it, man. I need more evidence than most people do. I don't believe anything until I see it. I don't. That's the best way to be in life, too. But that's all, guys. I got to get going. Soto, thank you, man. And everybody who donated on this show. Soto again. Soto gave me $100 tonight. You guys for being members for so long. Malik Irvin. And let me see who else. I think it was just Soto, but I got a couple of donations. Oh, Bobby, $10. Thank you. And I got another one I'm not going to mention. And OZ earlier, $20 for wishing you well. Thank you, brother. I'm out, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Peace.